Then the other question I had was about reincarnation. Have I not reincarnated ever before? But my non-physical greater self has incarnated.
That would be a good way of putting that.
So when I die, I'm going to go to heaven, and that's where I'll be. And the next time, another piece of my non-physical will incarnate.
Yes,
is that why everybody's relatives are still in heaven?
That's a good way of saying that, but there's another piece to that we would like to give you, and that is, so you are non-physical energy projecting yourself here into this physical body and having experiences which are causing the expansion of that which you are in your body, but even more the expansion of that which you were before you came into this body. In other words, that part of you is becoming more and remains more, and it is from that vantage point that you are born again. And so there is a continuity that humans sometimes can't get their thoughts around, but want to get their thoughts around. In other words, that maybe the easiest way to explain it to you is that when you croak, we like to be as disrespectful as we can about that, when you have what you call your death experience, you will not for a moment not know who you are. You will not feel vague and distant and unfamiliar because that non-physical part of you has been in on all of it, was in on the birthing and in on the living and in on the loving and in on the contrast and in on the becoming and in on the watching you close the gap. And it's that part of you that you are born into when you die. Did you hear that? In other words, when you withdraw your consciousness from this body, you open your eyes fully in this non-physical body and you don't miss a beat. And it is from that vantage point that you make the decision to come forth again. So there's no loss of continuity. There's no not knowing who you are ever. And so when you look at it that way, can you feel how you don't want to go back? You don't want to go back to the 18th century. You don't want to go back. You don't want to go to some other. You want to continue the expansion of that which you are about. And in the same way that being in this body and having a sense of where you come from and a sense of where you were born and a sense of your hometown and so on, you really in this physical body would not want to say, and people talk about it all the time, they talk about it in ways that it isn't happening, you would not want to just stop in the middle of your life and start over with some other vantage point. You would not like that. You never like that, and you never do that. So you don't need to worry about you. You are you. And the better you feel, the more of who you really are, you are being and feeling, you see. And you never lose sight of that. And while you have different vantage points and you take very many different perspectives in which to be you, you never lose the sense of being you. You are eternal. And there's nothing at risk and nothing ever to lose. Life is good.